Hi everybody, it's Heather at Happytalestarot. I first want to apologize for being away for such a long time. I was dealing with a holiday and got a little crazy with work. So I'm back, and I am back with a vengeance. So yeah, so I've got a Panther spirit today, which I'm really excited because I actually asked the animal guides to give me an animal spirit that would help me with empowerment, and it came back with Panther, and you'll be pretty pleasantly surprised. I did draw 3 cards here on how to help us identify and eliminate our fears, because that is part of what the Panther spirit does. When you embody the Panther spirit, it does help you identify and eliminate your fears. So I did draw these 3 cards first, but it is pretty exciting. I'm excited to explore this with you guys. So today we're first going to go, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what the energy of a Panther, embracing the Panther energy is, like what it will do. If you embody it, which I kind of think that we all should, especially in the winter months. It is a good time to kind of do this whole like rebirth, kind of death, kind of hone in on the things in our lives that we can kind of maybe get rid of and let go, and move beyond, and which is kind of like the whole fall winter season. And then when spring happens, there's like new growth, right? So, in a rebirth kind of energy that happens. So I like that idea. And plus, Panthers are very fierce, right? They're courageous, they're fierce animals, they're sleek, they're beautiful. And I like that too. So I love Panthers. They're gorgeous. And I'm not 100% sure, but I want to say that I think that they might be on every continent. Maybe not like Antarctica, but like, I could look that. I need to look that up. And if anybody knows, please put that in the comment below. But yeah. So with that being said, let's go into it. Oh wait, I was going to say, first thing, getting ahead of myself. We're going to talk about, how to identify and eliminate our fears with the Guardian of the Night Tarot, which I thought that was so fitting because they hunt and pray at night. Then we're going to ask our angels and guides on, I wrote it down, on how to clear and heal the energy and the energy and the fears, right? How to heal that. And then we're gonna use the Lightseer's Tarot to find out, after we heal and clear that energy, what we're gonna get as the outcome. So I thought that would be really good. So it's all about empowerment, and we're gonna try to move the channel towards that empowerment of all of our energies, and using the animal spirit guides towards that. So that is my goal for the new year as we're moving towards this. So let's get started. As I said like 8 times already, the Panther spirit helps us identify and eliminate our fears. And what it does after you identify and figure out what those fears are, it allows you to not only identify and figure out what they are, but allows you to use those fears as power to propel you forward, which I love. I mean, that makes you truly fierce, right? It makes you a fierce individual. So let's say, like, I'm just going to throw it out there because my biggest fear is being unlovable, right? Like, I feel like I'm unlovable. That's one of my biggest fears, right? So I know what that is. I'm going to identify it, and I am going to figure out how to heal that, and I am going to use that and to propel me forward, right? So it also awakens your creativity, passion, and reclaims your soul's purpose in life. The Panther spirit will enter your life to signal a rebirth after a period of great loss and suffering and wounding. So if this resonates with you, you've probably had a great loss, a great amount of suffering, wounding, by an individual or something that has happened in your life. It takes those old wounds, you heal them, you resolve them, and you reclaim that power of what was lost. But the key thing is, whatever was lost will be replaced by something better and greater and stronger and ultimately more empowering all around. So the Panther is asking you to let it go. Let go of the old and be ready to be reborn into a beautiful new Panther, right? So you have to, but in order to do that, you have to purge the unnecessary. You have to create movement. You have to be sleek and grounded and muscular and quiet, because they're very quiet when they hunt, right? Strong. And a little like food for fact is I guess they have like 500 voluntary muscles that they can just use at will. And so it's saying that, you know, if you utilize and embody this power of the Panther, that you can utilize like your skill of physical, mental, and psychic and spiritual abilities, and call on these muscles, right, to use at will, to achieve whatever task that you have set your mind on, like your sights on, right? And that's true. Like if you really get laser focused about something and you want to achieve something, you can really do anything. Like, as you know, you really can do anything, but if you have to get laser focused on them. It's meant to create change, and although when it enters your life you may feel overwhelmed, it might feel devastating, but the reason it comes into your life is it's meant to bring us a more fulfilling place to be. And it's asking you to be courageous and to embrace the magic of the Panther. It wanted to remind us to be graceful and quiet, that how it stalks its prey, how they freeze right before a pounce, and that it might be best that if you have a goal that's in mind, that maybe, especially if something specific, that you might keep quiet and like keep it quiet to yourself, and not talk about it to a bunch of people, not like spread it around, because it might dissipate the momentum of the energy, you know? So you might, you know, let's say you're wanting to write a novel, right? Like you might not want to just tell everybody that you're writing a novel, and I've had that happen to me before, where like I've told somebody that I want to do something, and I'm wanting to do something, and you know, there's all these naysayers. Oh, well, good luck. It's so hard to get it published, you know, or some, you know, asinine thing like that they'll say, you know, because they've had a terrible thing happen to them in their life, right? And so they start reliving their specific memory, and putting it onto you, right? So also, when the Panther spirit enters your life, you might notice that there's extreme sensory organs. Your like extreme sensory organs might start coming online, and like things like your vision might become more heightened, right? And with that, things like your inner knowing, like claircognizance, like if you have any kind of psychic abilities, like claircognizance, or dermal optic perceptions, like sensory stimuli through one's skin, clairaudience, like hearing, or clairsentience, I can't say it, but like sense of smell, right? Any of those clairs, I guess, is what they would say, might start coming online for you if you have any kind of psychic abilities. So, with that being said, that is our little tidbit about the Panther. As far as the pre-draw about what we can do as far as how to identify and heal those fears, is which I thought was so cool, and I, honest to God, really, I pre-drew these just to like kind of save us time and make it a little bit shorter, because it takes a long time to upload the video sometimes. Is I got the Seven of Swords, and then the Guardian Knight, the Seven of Swords, I'm not kidding you, is the Panther. That hopefully, it's so cool, right? How cool was that it came out, right? So the Panther spirit, so the Seven of Swords. So obviously Panthers are very like solitary animals, and what it's saying is that as one of the fears is that, you know, I get this feeling is that because they're solitary, that you might feel like a lot of times that you have to do things like, you know, on your own, like, activities or workplace things all on your own, or feeling like you have to take up the burdens of everything on your own in order to get jobs done and not work with other people. And but when you do that and not, maybe because it's faster or more efficient in doing that, and when you do something like that, that because you're doing the task by yourself, that you're not going to be as appreciated as much because people aren't working with you, right? So, and it's not going to feel as fun. It's not going to feel as fulfilling, because it's not a group task. And that's okay, right? If that's what you have to do. But you're not going to feel, just know that you're not going to feel as appreciated. That kind of goes with the territory, sometimes, right? And that there's a reason why you have to be, sometimes you have to kind of, if you're in a management position or you're trying to make your way up into a leadership position, sometimes you have to kind of remove yourself from the crowd. You're not capable of being everybody's friend all the time, right? Like, you have to be the person that has to kind of step away and remove yourself and kind of elevate yourself above everybody else. Not to like look your nose down like on them, right? But you have to kind of carry this air of a management position, right? Because everybody, a neutrality position, because people have to feel comfortable from all areas of the team coming to you, right? For advice or for whatever, right? And so with that being said, that also leaves you out of the group. And it makes you feel alone. And so, but with that comes fear, right? Of stepping into that position, of stepping into that job, because it makes you feel like you have to be alone and it makes you feel isolated. And that's a big fear, right? To be everybody's friend and to feel like you go get along with everybody, but then all of a sudden now you're not everybody's friend, like you feel maybe slightly like an outsider. That would be a big fear. I mean, it would be one of my fears, right? To feel excluded. I felt like that I felt like that before in a job place where I felt completely excluded. And it was quite painful and quite difficult to overcome. And yeah, I could see how that would be a big fear. But identifying that is a big thing, like, because once we know that that's a fear of ours, right, then and living through it, I can say that, you get a lot of mental work done. Like, you can go through a lot of stuff in your head and work through a lot of problems in your head, and most of the stuff that people talk about sometimes is just silly, stupid stuff, right, that you don't need to hear anyway. But needless to say, once you identify it, we can work through it, and we'll find out what they say on how to heal it. It's basically being excluded, right, from the group. The next fear is a fear of rejection and being in love, right? So, and it calls on this little black bird. I don't know if it's a specific type of bird, I don't know, but he's sitting on this beautiful nest of flowers. And I say he, I don't know, it says a page of wands, I'm assuming it's a boy. And it looks like he's made this beautiful nest to try to get a mate. And so it's calling on you to have this this energy of like, that I could attract, of confidence and desire, that, you've made a beautiful nest, like a beautiful home, and you look beautiful, and like, why wouldn't anybody find you attractive? And just know that, there's a person out there that's right for you, and to be confident about that, and have an inner knowing that the right person's out there for you, right? And if another person out there is not interested in you, or somebody in the past doesn't like you, who cares, right? Their loss, right? Move on. Don't waste your time, better you know that now so you can move on, right? And so, because there's a better bird out there, right? There's a better guy or whatever, or better girl or whoever, right? So, yeah, and just be confident in the fact that, that you're a beautiful bird, right? So, then, the Four of Swords is like making time to, especially because it's calling on the winter months, which I love because we're in winter, right? Maybe when you get this, you're not in winter, but when you watch this, but in the future. But right now, as this video is airing, it's the winter time, and it's the hedgehog, and it's the Four of Swords, and it's about taking time out to, and this would happen at any time of the year, really, but like making sure that you take time out to rest and to recuperate and to set boundaries, that there are people out there in your life. Sometimes it's family, sometimes it's friends, and to just trust that you are capable of knowing how to set those boundaries with people when you need to set those boundaries with people, of when you need to take time out, and when it's the right amount of time to take to take a rest, and when it's too much rest, when you need to, go out and like get some fresh air, right? Because sometimes we just need to hermit away, we need to take a big, just be by ourselves for a period of time and be with our own thoughts, and heal. But sometimes not. Like sometimes we need, that friend to come over and say, hey, you know what? You've been in this house for too long. You need to get out, or, let's go for a walk. Yeah. So, yeah. But knowing when you need to take that rest, to heal. And what's better to bring you that message than that, like, nice little cozy hedgehog, right? They're so cute. I love them. Anyway, so moving on. Let's find out. I'm going to get a little drink of water real quick. I'm really thirsty. Oh, my God. And that's the other thing. It's really important to drink water, guys. Let's find out. These are all pre-shuffled, so I'm just going to do a little quick pull card shuffle like this. Let's find out what our angels and guides want us to do to help clear and, sorry, that was crappy. Clear and heal this energy, right? And then we're going to come out. Let's do that. We'll take that. Okay, wow, okay. So this is a little hummingbird. It says, I no longer want this fiery ring of resentment to block the good. Release me from these bonds. So, yeah, freedom. So whatever's bringing you resentment, you've got to let it go. Which I know is hard, and it's going to take time. If you're angry about something, you're resentful about something, you've got to figure out a way to just let it go, just let it go. Just let whatever that is that's causing all this resentment, let it go. And I know it's hard. I know. I've been there. I have been there. Trust me, we've all been there. Where you have been so angry and frustrated and mad at a person that you don't even know how you're gonna forgive them, but you have to forgive them. But let me just tell you that it just builds and it builds and it builds, and it's just pointless. You just have to let it go. You just have to let it go. Because if you don't, it's just the only person that's gonna get hurt is you. It's just gonna hurt you. It's not gonna hurt anybody else, right? So you have to let that go. And I'll tell you, the biggest way that I let it go was I asked my angels and my spirit guides. I literally asked them if they would help me let it go, like figure out a way for me to get this resentment out of my life. I asked them. I said, please take this away. I'm going to give this to you. I can't deal with it anymore. Get it out of my life. I don't want this person. I don't want this resentment. I want them out of my life. And they were gone. So maybe you need to do that. Allow me, it's inner child. Allow me to give compassion and love to that little one and let me attend to its deepest needs and feelings. So it's inner child work, right? So, because obviously if we're hurt, you know, and we need to heal, there's some sort of inner child wounds, right? That we need to work on, right? Like me feeling unlovable, right? That's obviously an inner child wound, right? That I needed to work on, or that I need to work on. That's something I need to work on every day, right? Probably I'll have to work on for the rest of my life, right? Your path. Dear Lord, help me trust that there is a plan far beyond what I can see through my fears and illusions. Yeah, so, and then just trust that, you know, maybe there's some sort of path that's right for you that you don't know, and that that you're scared, that you're scared, and that sometimes, you know, all these fears and all these illusions that pop up in your head are just fears and illusions. And obviously they're stemming from something, but that there's still good people out there, right? They're not all bad. Yeah, there's been bad people that have probably taken advantage of you in your life, right? But done things that were not so nice to you. But they're not all bad people, that there's still good people out there, right? And that, you know, gotta let the good people in still. Companionship, which is like 2 elephants on it. Oh, I love them. Giving someone your complete presence is an astonishing gift. So what this says to me about companionship is choosing, and I don't remember where I heard this recently. It was someone else on YouTube, I heard it, is to making that choice of like making the choice of not everybody gets to choose to have your heart, right? Like learning your lessons, like, and knowing that your love and your heart and your compassion, it's not just given to anybody now, right? Like that's part of the thing about healing and learning your lessons, is that you don't just hand that out to just anybody. You know, they have to deserve that. They have to earn that. Right? That doesn't get given away willy-nilly. They have to work for that. Because it's a gift. Right? That's a gift that you give somebody. And they have to deserve that gift. They don't just get that. So, and if they're not gonna treat that gift like it's a gift, then they don't get to have it. You take it away, right? Take that gift away because they don't deserve it. So, soulmate. Well, I was asking how to help heal. How to help heal that. And they sent the soulmate card. So they're sending you a soulmate, a divine counterpart of some kind in to help, which I think is beautiful. I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to draw another card. Yeah. I'm going to put it up here, actually. They're sending you in a soulmate to help heal. If that's not enough of an incentive, I don't know what is. It would be for me. Anyway, and it's also probably part of actually maybe, yeah, no, I'll leave it there. Wow, that's nice, right? Well, that's an incentive to, I'm so thirsty. That's an incentive to heal, right? To step into that Panther energy. Okay, so if we do all this, right? What will we get? Well, obviously we're going to get the soulmate, right? But I don't even want to draw anything else. I'm kind of scared, but I guess they were so anxious to tell us that we're going to get a soulmate to help. But it's probably meant that it's going to heal us too, right? So they're going to help heal each other. Let's see. Strength. Okay. So, see the Four of Pentacles, the clarification of the Queen of Wands. Four of Pentacles is like withholding, like, holding back, like pulling back, but still giving, right? So pulling back to give to the people that are deserving of giving. And so the Queen of Wands is manifestation. So, like a queen that can manifest anything, like, this beautiful energy of like being able to manifest of abundance and make things, amazing, like amazing ability to creation. And so, that's what I see, is that it's not like you're withholding, it's like, you withhold, but you share to the people that are deserving. And in order for you to be able to create the life and the magic and the that you want, to manifest what you want, the desires and the basically the world that you want to live in, the Five of Swords is like, learning from your mistakes, and like that nobody gets kind of nobody's gets out kind of without being hurt from a situation, but is learning lessons, and you've learned your lesson, and because you've learned your lessons, right, you're finding happiness in your lessons. The Devil, it's a lot about addictions, but it's also a lot about like finding like what your passion is, like, finding what brings you joy too, like, or what you finding the things that you kind of like are addicted to, or what you gets you locked in and turned on, yeah, of course it can be addictions to drugs and alcohol and things like that, but and then it says strength. And so I think what it is like knowing what is these things that can cause the downward spiral of your mental, of your fears, like knowing that the fear that you have and being strong against it, and finding the inner strength to move beyond that. The Nine of Swords is the anguish and the sleepless nights, and the worry and the fear, that we all have, and finding the creativity and the inspiration to move beyond that. The Seven of Swords is, you know, inner, like going inwards and meditation, and the Ten of Wands is you know, like the you know, carrying too much burdens, right? And so it's like figuring out how to let go of these burdens that are not yours to carry, these fears, these overwhelming fears. The Knight of Wands is, you know, passion and you know, passion and drive and inspiration, and Magician is how to manifest that, you know. The Chariot is, you know, a movement in a direction. You know, sometimes the horses are going in opposite directions, but it's like making a choice of what direction you want to go in. And the Five of Cups is you know, healing over heartbreak, and it's making that clear and I believe that clear and decisive choice of facing your fears and growing and healing yourself in order to overcome that heartbreak. So I am going to pull, hopefully, I am going to ask Spirit that if you do this, because these are basically clarifying all of the above cards of what you need to do if you will get justice. You will learn your lessons. Woo! And you will have a new beginning. You will walk away what no longer serves you. You'll plant seeds for a new beginning and victory. And it says rest and healing. So, and we also know that that you're going to have a soulmate coming in to help heal you. So you're going to heal. So I'm going to leave it there. I think that's really like, you're going to heal. I mean, you're going to have victory. You're walking away what doesn't serve you. You're getting justice. I mean, I don't know what else you can say. You're having a new beginning in love. New beginning in finances, you know, victory. Everything looks to me like you're gonna have a wonderful new start. And I know this is a collective reading, so I think that this is great. I think this is great, guys. So let's all embrace the Panther spirit. I like it. I like it. I like it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Click the like button, subscribe, share it. I'm so glad you guys joined me today. Towards the end of November, if you feel like so inclined to donate like $1, $2, I don't know, anything, that'd be great to support the channel. Like, it helps me buy, you know, cards and things like that, and to keep it, you know, exciting and fun. I'd be more than happy and appreciative of it. And those of you that have donated in the past, I really appreciate you too, doing that. And those of you who subscribed and clicked like and shared, I appreciate all of you too as well. And I just am so happy I get to bring you these messages. Anyway, all the best. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your holidays. I will be back as soon as possible, I promise. And take care. Bye.